This is the biggest, worldwide civil rights moment right now. Exactly. We're going to talk about this moment in our future, right? So everybody's got to look at this like, what was I doing in this moment? Was I just sitting there not doing much? Or was I having conversations? Was I opening up the dialogue? Was I stepping in when I saw somebody being racist? Like, all that kind of stuff's got to go down. Black Lives Matter every day of my life, you know what I mean? Exactly. So for me, the fact that things are being amplified right now is fantastic. I see moments where, things are happening and it allows people to be introduced to what's been going on or to at least to become aware of it. So it's naturally a good thing to see that energy, put forward, because in that energy, you're able to have conversations that people weren't comfortable with having before. You know what I mean? Like, why are all these people out in the middle of a pandemic?
Exactly.
Did you realize that there's a virus right now? And we're like, yeah, the bigger virus is racism. So we're trying to make sure that we stop that. And if one's going to take us out anyways, let's get out in front of it and show you guys that we're ready to take this thing head on.
We're ready to fight it and take it.
So,
That's awesome, man. And that movement was insane, straight out, man. I got to experience it, be a part of it, and it was real. You know what I mean? It was.
We're still going, my guy.
Yeah,
we're just getting started.
What I mean? Yeah, exactly.
2 weeks ago, the city of Calgary created their own anti-racism, provisions and act, and then this week currently they had 3 days of conversations with the community. So they had over 140 people sign up to talk about their accounts of racism and talk about their accounts of what they think that needs to be done to be changed. Now, whether or not the city's going to act on it and do stuff, it's completely, to be seen. But there was a lot of bombs dropped, people coming in there really laying it out about what kind of racism they got. Everybody, all walks of life, black, white, even, but Aboriginal, Asian, East Indian. It was amazing. There's 2 younger Indian girls who laid waste to the room on some, why are there cops in our schools? Or why does the guy that I have to talk to, I'd rather talk to somebody who went to school for 8 years, who knows how to talk to me about this, rather than somebody who's been trained for 6 months. I was just like,
that's true.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Right? So, and that's the biggest thing. It's like, when they say defund the police, is what they're talking about. It's like, put that money into other programs that can help have these conversations versus somebody that's got a badge and a gun that doesn't know how to deal with people. You see more instances where cops in the positions that they're in don't know how to handle civilians, and they'd rather pull up their weapons versus somebody that's trained in how to de-escalate a situation. You'll see bartenders who do a better job of calming down a drunk guy than a cop who can't, has someone has their handcuffs on and they're stuck, but they still want to go ahead and inflict power, right? So now this is what that whole thing is about, and people are seeing the door open, so that they're stepping through and they're stepping up. So
you're seeing a lot more opportunities for leads that they're seeing that there is now. Yeah,
I mean it's people are waking up to a little bit of it. So some companies are looking for better inclusion at this point. That's great, but we're way far away from understanding, what the true representation of that is. I mean, if your company is still 99% white and you have one person of color in there, that's not inclusion. That's not having the one token spot that's available. It's how do you mix it up? How do you have, 25% white and 25% other
races,
and 50% other? How do you do it? How do you shake it up like
balance
that, right?
It out,
and allow the room to get there. I know companies that said they had 100 applicants and it was all white applicants. Why is that? Don't now say, I'm going to use the same channels I've been using and try to find new people. Go into the communities, go into the brown community, go into the black community, go into the Asian community, and find these people, promote to them.
Exactly.
Get on their job boards and make sure that they are actively aware that you're looking for business and stuff. So Black Lives Matter is bigger than, defunding the cops, and it's bigger than jobs. It's the systems that are put in place, down to education, to what we're learning in schools, to the history that we're learning and understanding about the world, to why people can even look at an Aboriginal person on the street and look down on them versus understanding that this is their land. But history is set by the victors, so we're not really told a lot of this stuff. So I love that the conversation is happening, because a lot of people are like, what? But at the same time, that black person walks into the store, that brown person walks into the store, or that group of people start coming towards people start clutching their purses, they start hiding the things, they start sending their secret shoppers around and calling those people. And they wonder when we speak up and say like, hey man, there's racism here. They're like, really? There's racism? Yeah. I have never. Yeah. And this is the whole thing. So at least now we're able to have that conversation to say, yo, like, this is what's been going on. This is how it needs to change. And then, hopefully we can see something happen. If not for our generation, our kids or our kids' kids. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We have to take a step right now.